What if this isn't just another celebrity sighting, but the quiet beginning of something no one saw coming? Because when Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton were spotted together again, it wasn't on a red carpet or inside a fashion show. It was somewhere far more unexpected. And according to insiders, this wasn't accidental, it wasn't random, and it definitely wasn't just friendly. From a secretive Paris meetup to a Super Bowl night that raised eyebrows, reports claim plans are already being made for the next time they'll see each other. And the way sources are describing Kim's reaction this time has fans asking one question. Is this finally the connection that feels different? The night that set the internet ablaze wasn't a red carpet premiere or a fashion gala. It was the Super Bowl. At Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton walked into Super Bowl 60, and suddenly every camera, every flash, and every fan online thought something was up. They weren't just in the same place, they were in the same VIP suite, laughing, chatting, and making what felt like the kind of eye contact that usually comes with more than friendship. Rumours swirled fast and hard that this wasn't just two stars watching a game, it was Hollywood's newest soft launch moment. Reports said they weren't on an official date, just part of a big group of friends. But insiders hinted that Kim made sure to carve out little pockets of attention, with Lewis quiet moments that didn't go unnoticed by those around them. The optics were enough to send social media into meltdown. Clips of them seated together went viral, fans dissecting every laugh and glance as if it was a clue in a romance mystery. And what made this even juicier? They weren't just sitting awkwardly next to each other. They looked like a pair enjoying the night together, making small talk, sharing reactions to the game, and sometimes just watching each other more than watching the actual football. That might not seem like much to an outsider, but in Hollywood language, that's how sparks start. But that was only the beginning. Because the Super Bowl wasn't where this story started. It was where it caught fire. Days earlier, fans woke up to a video that instantly changed the conversation. Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton stepping out of the same SUV in Paris. Same arrival, same timing, same destination. And according to reports, they didn't just meet there. They allegedly flew in together from the UK on a private jet. No announcements, no posts, just quiet movement that spoke louder than any caption ever could. Witnesses say they looked comfortable, relaxed, like two people who didn't feel the need to explain themselves. That's what sent social media into overdrive. Because Paris isn't a random stop, it's deliberate, romantic, symbolic, and soon after the footage surfaced, a source confirmed what fans were already whispering: it was a romantic meetup. Not business, not coincidence, romantic. The timing made it even more explosive. No press rollout, no paparazzi-friendly walk, just a brief clip that slipped out and let imaginations run wild. Fans online started connecting dots fast. The jet, the hotel, the silence afterward. Some speculated this was intentional discretion. Others said it felt like the kind of secrecy that only happens when something actually matters. And just like that, what looked like a casual reunion suddenly felt like something carefully protected. And yet, neither of them rushed to shut it down. No denial, no clarification, just quiet continuation, which only raised one question. If Paris was the spark, what were they trying to protect before the world noticed? What's making fans lean in closer isn't just who Kim is being linked to, it's how she's being described this time. Because according to insiders, this connection isn't casual curiosity, it's personal. And that alone separates Lewis Hamilton from everyone who came before him. Since her divorce from Kanye West in 2022, Kim's love life has played out in public chapters. There was the whirlwind with Pete Davidson, the jokes, the headlines, the non-stop attention. Then came quieter rumours, including whispers about NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. But reports suggest something very different now. Sources claim Lewis is the first man Kim has been genuinely into in a long time. Not just dating, not just testing the waters, actually invested. Insiders say she's always liked him. And now that feeling has finally found room to breathe. There's no pressure to perform, no chaos, no emotional whiplash. What stands out most is the word being repeated behind the scenes: safe. Lewis reportedly makes Kim feel safe. After years of intense scrutiny, dramatic relationships, and non-stop noise, that kind of energy hits differently. And maybe that's why she seems so at ease this time. There's no rush to define it. No need to sell a fantasy. Just two people who already understand each other, exploring something that's been quietly waiting in the background for years. This isn't some whirlwind romance that popped out of nowhere. In fact, Kim and Lewis have been orbiting each other's worlds for over a decade. Fans might remember the 2014 GQ Men of the Year Awards, when Kim greeted Lewis with a friendly kiss on the cheek, a simple moment that, in hindsight, hinted at familiarity and mutual respect. It wasn't flirtation, it was recognition, a spark that had nowhere to go. Yet. Over the years, their paths kept crossing. In 2021, they were photographed together at the WSJ Magazine Innovator Awards. In 2023, they appeared at Pharrell Williams' debut show as Louis Vuitton's menswear creative director. Each meeting was friendly, cordial, and public, but always charged with a subtle, unspoken connection. Years of shared glances, small talk, and industry events slowly built a foundation, and that's what makes the current rumours feel different. This isn't chemistry out of nowhere. It's chemistry that has been simmering quietly, patiently, for years. Friends who know each other intimately, now testing whether friendship could quietly evolve into something more. It's a story about timing, patience, and the kind of connection that only grows stronger with familiarity. So why is Lewis Hamilton suddenly the one turning heads in Kim's world? It's not just his fame or his record-breaking F1 career, it's the way he carries himself. Unlike some of Kim's past partners, he's low drama, disciplined, and calm. Reports claim this aligns perfectly with what Kim recently said she's looking for: someone dependable, accountable, and steady. Fans online are noticing the contrast immediately. Pete Davidson brought chaos and headlines. Rumoured flings with athletes were fleeting and public. But Lewis, he's the kind of presence that's steady, quiet, and reassuring. Insiders suggest this is exactly what Kim needed after years of high-profile, headline-heavy relationships. It's not flashy, it's not attention-grabbing, but it's magnetic in its subtlety. And the pull seems mutual. Sources hint that Lewis has long respected Kim's intelligence, work ethic, and fiercely independent life. There's admiration beneath the glitz. A sense of shared understanding that rarely happens in Hollywood circles. The combination of familiarity, safety, and understated chemistry is what's fueling the whispers that this connection could be something serious, if they choose to let it grow. What makes this story even more relatable is that Kim isn't chasing romance. She's living life on her terms. Sources say her world is centered in Los Angeles, focused on her kids and her empire. Between school runs, bedtime routines, and running skims, her life is busy, structured, and demanding. Love isn't being forced into a schedule, it's fitting into the life she's already built. Insiders emphasize that she's taking everything moment by moment. No labels, no future planning, no pressure to define where this is going. That mindset is unusual for someone constantly in the spotlight, where every date or meeting can turn into a headline overnight. But for Kim, it's exactly the balance she's been seeking. Connection without chaos. It's also why her time with Lewis feels different. There's space for quiet chemistry, time for genuine conversations, and room to enjoy each other's company without outside distractions. And that sense of calm, freedom, and control is reportedly what keeps her coming back for more. Of course, the public isn't staying silent. Fans online are dissecting every move, every glance, every photo. From Paris to the Super Bowl, every moment has been analysed like a puzzle waiting to be solved. Some speculate about long-distance challenges, wondering how a jet-setting F1 star and a Los Angeles-based mogul can make it work. Others see it as the start of Hollywood's next power couple, quietly building something real behind the scenes. Social media is buzzing with theories. Was the Paris meetup a romantic test? Is the Super Bowl appearance a signal to the public? Every small detail has sparked threads, memes, and debates, with fans hunting for clues that could hint at what this connection really means. Even casual observers can sense the chemistry that insiders have been hinting at. But perhaps the most fascinating part is the mystery itself. Neither Kim nor Lewis is confirming anything publicly, keeping everyone guessing. That suspense has only amplified curiosity, making every sighting feel like a chapter in an unfolding story. And as anyone following Hollywood knows, rumours this compelling rarely stay under the radar for long. And just when you think you've figured it out, the next appearance or whisper shifts the narrative, keeping fans glued and hungry for more. So what does this all mean for Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton? From Paris to the Super Bowl, from years of friendship to subtle, undeniable chemistry, one thing is clear. This isn't just another fleeting Hollywood headline. It's a connection built over time, wrapped in familiarity, and fueled by quiet moments that the public only glimpses. Is this the start of something serious? or just a chapter in two high-profile lives that rarely slow down? That question hangs in the air, sparking endless speculation and debate. One thing's certain, fans are watching every move, every appearance, every subtle glance, trying to decode the story before it even fully unfolds. And maybe that's the beauty of it. A relationship not defined by pressure, not dictated by public expectations, but allowed to grow naturally, moment by moment. Whether it blossoms into Hollywood's next power couple or remains a private, fleeting chapter, it's already captured the imagination of millions. What do you think? Are Kim and Louis just testing the waters, or is this the beginning of something real? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that unfold behind the glitz, the glamour, and the headlines.